Well, David, it was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, that's for
Looks
sure.
like we have quite the mess coming tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, and earlier this week, Zach, we were talking about how we thought Friday was actually going to be mild too, and then, you know, we saw things kind of go by the wayside. Yeah, you know how it is. That's New England for you, right? Anyway, look at the temperatures out there right now. We're turning colder. Caribou at 27 degrees. I sneak into the screen over here. 33 in Holton, Greenville at 34 degrees. So that colder air is slowly moving towards the south. Bar Harbor at 40. Bangor again at 39 degrees. Portland 43 degrees. Still on the mild side, so to speak, down by Portsmouth at 46 degrees, 37 in Freiburg. And look at the cold air banked up in Canada, negative 24 degrees up in Churchill. And we're seeing that cold air staying there, but a little piece of it's going to break off and move into our neck of the woods over the next 24 hours. But it's not going to be quite that cold. That's going to stay to the north for the time being. Winds are starting to shift out of the north right now. We're seeing some gusts up to 15 miles per hour. And those are going to increase overnight tonight, especially into tomorrow. It's going to be a breezy afternoon, no doubt about it. Cold front sliding through the area right now. We have a couple of series of low pressure systems, and the moisture from that over the Great Lakes is going to be moving into New England overnight tonight, especially tomorrow morning through the mid-morning into the afternoon. And that's going to provide us with some of that snow, sleet, freezing rain event tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow morning into the afternoon. Few stray showers moving through the area right now, and they're just hit and miss. Those would be like moving through overnight tonight. A couple of snow showers to the north where we're seeing some colder air. But we also have a winter storm warning for northern portions of the state. We could see anywhere between 6 to 12 inches of snow up in that neck of the woods. But down towards the south in the purple, from the western mountains, hills of Maine, all the way into down east, that's where we have a winter weather advisory. And we could see some freezing rain, some sleet, even some snow associated with that system tomorrow. And we could have some slick conditions. So that's where we're watching right now. So we'll start the timestamp at midnight. A couple of snow showers to the north and even some rain showers peppered in. But for the most part, overnight, we'll just start to see that cold air sinking into the area. By tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., starting to get some snow going across northern portions of the state. And what's happening there is that at all levels of the atmosphere, temperatures are going to be below 32, and that's why we're going to be able to support snow. But the rest of the area, we're still dealing with cold air along the surface, but higher in the atmosphere, temperatures are just above freezing. And that's why we're expecting some sleet, even some freezing rain as we go through 10 o'clock. You can see these pink colors. That's representative of some sleet and even some freezing rain. And as we go through the afternoon, that sags towards the south, towards the mid-coast, even down east, and we could have some sleet, even some freezing rain going on. But towards the north, cold enough to support all snow, and even on the back edge of this, as this precipitation starts to move towards the east. Down in Portland, we could have some sleet pellets by the afternoon, but watch what happens by the evening. Most of the precipitation starts to shift to your east, and then we see everything pushing off the coast by this time tomorrow night, with those temperatures really starting to drop. Look at that. We'll be in the single digits northern areas and falling into the teens tomorrow night. So tomorrow night's definitely going to be downright cold. This is what we're expecting for snowfall, about 6 to 12 inches across the crown of Maine. I think that's where we're going to see our jackpot. From Rangeley over towards Millinocket over to Holton, that's where we'll see anywhere between 3 to 6 inches of snow. And you see that sharp cutoff, 1 to 3 inches from Freiburg over through Bangor over to down east. That's where we're expecting anywhere between 1 to 3 inches, and that's also where you'll see some freezing rain, even some sleet. So we're seeing a mixed bag of precipitation. And then Bar Harbor, mid-coast, down towards southern portions of the state. That's where we'll see, you know, maybe a quick little coating here or there, but for the most part, I think we'll be dealing with most of the accumulating snow up north this time around. Winds, though, tomorrow, watch by tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, you'll start seeing those winds gusting 25, 30 miles per hour, and then they'll diminish overnight tomorrow night into Saturday, where we'll have winds kind of loosening up. So that low pressure system takes off on Saturday. We're left with cold temperatures, feeling more like winter on Saturday with that breeze subsiding. And then by Sunday, temperatures kick up a little bit as winds turn more out of the south, and then we'll be watching for temperatures to be above average as we head into President's Day on Monday. We do have a gale warning in effect right through Saturday morning. Seas tomorrow 3 to 5 feet, and we'll watch those northerly winds gusting up to 30 knots. here's your 7-day forecast. Weekend doesn't look too bad. If you're heading out doing anything over the weekend, some of the mountains, I think they'll recover nicely. Good thing is that a lot of the temperatures have been below freezing, so snowmaking has been in the cards for the past week or so. So that's some good, nice, except for the last 24 hours. But as we get into next week, especially towards the middle of the week, we're going to be watching a storm system, and I think that's going to be something that we'll have to really keep a close eye on, because the models have been picking that up for quite some time now.
Yeah.
So.
And if it's a bigger one, I think a lot of people will be ready for it by then.
Yes, absolutely,
So, right.
absolutely.
Thanks, David.